All right, here goes another video on another topic. This year in the NBA has been very chaotic. It's just been very disruptive. I mean, when you're more interested in the stories coming out of different camps than you are the basketball games that are going on, it's just nothing but chaos. And some people love chaos. Some people, think it's just life is better without all the chaos. I'm one of those people that think that life is just better. There's nothing wrong with drama in sports because drama makes sports what they are now. But when you're just doing things and there's really no method to the madness, it's just nothing but madness. I mean, I think that's a little unnecessary. And this year has been full of unnecessary moments. But I'm going to let them talk and then I'll chime in.
Was this a good year for the NBA?
No. It was a great year for the NBA. Now, don't confuse NBA with the game of basketball. The game of basketball may be taking some hits because people are distracted from the actual game. But soap opera sells in sports. The week before the Super Bowl, what were we talking about? We weren't talking about the Super Bowl. We were talking about Anthony Davis. We were talking about that. You have the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers, the two biggest markets with two of your biggest teams, are going to be the story all summer long. The reality is, the NBA has become a transactions league. People don't...
That's not good.
Well, but you...
And real quick before Rick Bucher follows that trail of thought that he's about to go down, this is what a world with Twitter is. Growing up, my grandmother used to watch a lot of soap operas. I couldn't stand them. I thought they were trash. I just thought it was a whole bunch of needy reasons for women or unattractive people to give themselves something to fucking dive into, rather than real life. And I honestly felt that way about them as a kid. I still do to a certain extent. I mean, I love movies. I love all kinds of things like that. But soap operas I just thought was like some of the most tackiest form of artistry that you had. It was just dribble. I just didn't really get it. But this is what Twitter is now. Twitter is soap opera 24/7 nonstop. It's basically soap opera manifesting itself into the real world. Where you don't know what's real, what's fake. You don't know what's nonsense. You don't know what has actual substance. It's a lot of it just seems like gossip. And that's basically what the NBA is resorting. It's turning itself into being. It's just gossip, it's just drama, nonstop chaos everywhere. And like I said, when you're more worried about the storylines out of these camps rather than worrying about the basketball games, like what the fuck is the point in playing basketball at that point? What is the point in basketball being played? When you're more worried about this player not liking this player, or this player wanting to lead his team because of whatever reasons, and LeBron. Like, what the fuck is the point in playing basketball? I mean, I don't know. But this has been a terrible year for basketball. Because I really can't remember too much of basketball. The only thing that I could remember is storylines. That's it. And sometimes storyline makes the games that much better. But then some storylines can drown the game to where you don't even know what the fuck where the game is. All you know is stories, reports, drama here, drama there. That's all you know. This has been a terrible year. And if this is an indication of where the basketball is going in the future, I mean, Jesus Christ. It's basically going to be reality TV. If it's not already, it's going to turn itself into reality TV.
People are owning more of the sports landscape than ever before. People may not be watching the games. They may not care as much about the outcome, but they love the NBA because there's a lot of
So what is the point in playing the game, period? If the fans that you're playing for don't care about the game, what the hell is the point in playing the game? It just doesn't make sense, man.
action. It just happens to be more off the court than on.
Good year for the NBA.
Great year for the NBA. I agree with him. These are the symptoms of success.
Bullshit. It's the symptoms of social media. Like, come on, what are you talking about? And these are two guys who probably love their fucking Twitter, love their Instagram. Probably isn't on Facebook as much, but they love their social media, man. And Marcellus, that goes without saying, man. I've already shared my thoughts on what I know to be Marcellus Wiley and his whole fan persona that he has. I mean, he probably loves fucking Twitter. Like, if he's not working or partying, he's probably on Twitter. Like, seriously, man. Like, most of these motherfuckers are. And that's why they love this bullshit that we're seeing now. It's because there's nothing but drama. You don't really give two fucks about the game, you know, because the players are too busy keeping you busy with all their bullshit, all their very minute bullshit that really doesn't need to be anywhere near the game of basketball, but it is because the fans love it and you do what the fans love. And that even means acting like idiots on fucking Twitter and starting stupid arguments. Oh, you know, he left my team without calling me and letting me know he was leaving. Where's the loyalty? And you just drag that out into a story for fucking months. Probably years. Like, come on, man. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. We live in this society that's full of gossip. That's it. And that's all that matters is what's being said. Actions don't matter. Usually, I mean, it used to be actions spoke louder than words. Now it's words speak way louder than actions.
I used to say, you only beat up what you eat up. You know what I mean? You get close to something, you start nitpicking. Why? Because you all into it. And that's what's happening to you right now. Having a lot of people out there. Oh, look at the NBA. This went wrong. You're consuming it, aren't you? You got that menu of items.
That is stupid. That's stupid to even make that assumption. Just because somebody has critiques or just because somebody has positive things to say about some... Listen, the only reason why I'm even talking about this shit is because I love sports. And this just so happens, unfortunately, to be involved in sports. So I keep my ear to the ground. That don't mean that I'm always listening, I'm always paying attention. A lot of these fucking segments that I watch for the first time. I don't even watch TV like that anymore. So a lot of these segments that I fucking see, I usually see them on YouTube. That don't mean that you're tuning in because you love it. That just means that these motherfuckers talk so goddamn loud, you have no other choice but to hear what the fuck is going on.
Issues.
What's going to happen next?
Yes, they got you hook, line, and sinker, and it's translating because you said it best. If you look at the metrics in terms of landscape and real estate that they are consuming, NBA Twitter, NBA on Instagram, like everywhere you look, impact. NBA is taking over in terms of just occupying your mental space. Whether you actually...
And they're talking about Twitter. That doesn't mean that it's a positive thing that they're doing. It just means that when you run your mouth enough and enough people pay attention, that means you're gaining attention. And whoever covets the most attention is the most successful, apparently.
Watch the games and give them the entire 48 minutes, that will translate later down the road.
I agree with both of you guys. It was a great year for the NBA, and you always talk about TV shows. And what do real good TV shows have in it? They have some stories of success, some stories of failure, and a whole lot of drama to keep you involved in it. And that's what it was. If you talk about just the drama that went on, people were intrigued by that, like what they hit on. But let's talk about the actual playing. the arrival of Giannis, the historic run of James Harden. Russell Westbrook messed around, averaged another triple-double. And then the young stars coming up. Embiid,
It was a good day, huh?
yeah, it was a great day. Actually, a great year for the NBA. But then the young stars like Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, man, everything about this league right now. Trae Young, Luka, everything about this league is moving in the right direction.
Here's why y'all wrong.
Here's why y'all great. Let's hear it.
There's two reasons. One, y'all caught up in social media, which is the real world. That would be number one. Number two, here's my biggest fact on this. The biggest star in basketball this year didn't even play in the NBA. His name was Zion Williamson, and he played in college basketball. It has been forever since anybody in college basketball has even been on the same planet with anybody in the NBA. That says something about what a terrific story and how fascinating Zion is. But it also says something. And look, it's great that he's coming to the NBA.
Yes.
But again, when he's overshadowed anything on the court, he was the most fascinating person to watch on a basketball court this winter. That's not a good look for
Nobody sells hope better than the NBA. All this, we got to have
NFL.
draft picks, we got to have assets.
I don't know. The NFL does a damn good job with that pair.
But here's the distinction. Yes, in terms of your team being able to go up and make the playoffs or whatever. The reality is, can anybody win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's a debate for another time.
Cleveland
But
thinks they're winning the Super Bowl. Stop it.
Okay, but they
Darts.
think, but
Darts.
they think it.
Yeah.
They think it.
The Browns.
Here's the reality. Zion Williamson is already an asset for the NBA.
Yes.
Because you have all of these NBA teams that are in the lottery thinking, oh, we could get Zion. Never mind that when Zion comes in, he's not transforming some team. The dude's not that good yet.
In your opinion.
Well,
He needs a better skill set.
No, I get it, but in y'all's opinion.
He's not coming in and leading a team to a championship.
No.
But there are fans that could happen. All they want to do is get Zion. The NBA sells hope. The whole idea of the reality is secondary. The primary is, what do you think it'll be like if Kawhi comes to the Clippers? Or what do you think it would be like if Kyrie and KD?
Games.
Yes, but that hope and that
actually
dream
doesn't sit out a third of the games. If Anthony Davis doesn't sit out, the NBA has some issues.
You got to blame Popovich for that because I believe he really started that.
Regardless of who you blame, I'm just saying the product, the main thing has to be the main thing. And the product in the NBA,
No. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
to matter and be competitive and compelling.
As the NFL, we were enlightened as a player rep in the NFL.
That last point Whitlock made, I agree with, and that's the point that I made. Like, if you're more worried about the bullshit that's coming out of fucking each team's fucking locker room, if that's more important than the games that are being played on the court, what the fuck is the point in all of this? Like, what's the point? Just stop playing on television and just fucking open up a magazine, put in all the bullshit that one side said, put all the bullshit that the other side said about the other side, and just put all the beefs and all the fucking, like, just do that. Or shit, not even play actual fucking basketball games. Just have like some Harlem Globetrotter bullshit where everything is clearly scripted. Like, just do that. I mean, this could become like the new fucking professional wrestling. And, all the outcomes are fucking orchestrated. Like, just if it's more about the drama and if it's more about the bullshit that's going on off the court, in the locker room, then what the fuck is the point in worrying about so much of putting a good product on the fucking court? So,
meetings to this adage. The only thing that is more valuable than production is potential. Why do rookie jersey sales just go up there and compete with a 10-time All-Pro? You're like, he just got here. Baker Mayfield, top 10. And you're like, he just got here. Anytime you look at the marketing deals, it's always some proven guy or some guy who's up and coming and you're like, oh, I'm looking for Juju with AB. Like, just respect that there's a difference in resume. So the NBA is also, they're listening to that same adage. And the best storyline to me is the crown the king starting to wobble. That's the best storyline.
And that's the problem.
That's great that everybody else gets a shot.
I'm going to tell you why.
Here comes
and I hate to do this because it sends things in a somewhat bad direction, but look at the NFL. Baker they appear really ready to carry the torch and take it from Brady and those
one
guys.
best.
But again,
I'm missing where this is bad. I'm waiting for the bad
I
part.
do know where
Who in the
In the
NBA
NBA
can carry the torch when LeBron falls?
the conversation
I'm just sorry.
every day. That's his.
Who?
I don't know if there's anybody in the NBA that can hold the torch. I think that once LeBron retires, it's going to take such a group effort for everybody. You know? Because LeBron was both the hero and the villain. And this is why I believe that he carried the torch in the NBA. Because he was one of the most polarizing figures in professional sports for the last 15 years. You had people that really loved the guy. You had people that really did not like this dude. And whether it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction, a reaction is still a reaction. I don't think there's anybody in the NBA that can draw that kind of polarizing effect on the game now. Like, people say Giannis is the next one up. I don't think Giannis... I think Giannis is such a physical freak that his game... honestly, his game is probably best suited for a period in the NBA where basketball actually mattered. Like, he doesn't have one of those rambunctious attitudes like Joel Embiid, or he doesn't have one of those really, really messed up. Well, I'm not gonna say messed up. Like, one of those really aggressive and physical attitudes, like a DeMarcus Cousins or a fucking Draymond Green. Like, you don't get that kind of reaction out of that guy. But his game is so phenomenal that if you're just going to watch the game, you love what this kid brings. But he doesn't have that personality that you see all over TV, that you see on the commercials, that you see on guest spots on TV shows. You know, he doesn't have that personality. And then let's just go down the list of all the other guys. You have James Harden. James Harden, I mean, I think he's a phenomenal scorer, of course. But, I don't know. I don't even think he has that personality. I mean, I don't think he has that personality. I don't know, man. Like, it seems like in order to be a superstar in today's league, where you can both show it on the court and then, you know, fucking be able to give the fans what they want off the court, you would have to have personality. You have to have some personality. There's nobody in the league that has that personality. I don't know. I can't think of one. I don't know who it's going to take. It's going to be such a team effort, and I think that's why a lot of people are excited to see Zion in the NBA, because he is a hope. He's a hopeful. You know, that we'll get another polarizing player of that ilk, like a LeBron, like a Magic Johnson, like a Michael Jordan, you know, Kobe Bryant, like Allen Iverson. Like, we're going to get another one of those guys. I don't think there's anybody in the league that can carry the torch, honestly. I think it's going to be such a group effort for everybody to just do whatever they can to grab enough attention that it holds the attention of the fans, man. Because that's the one thing about that's the one thing about the social media thing. Everything is a fad. Everything is a fad, and everything dies out eventually. So, I don't know. We're going to see, man. I'm going to end it here, but we're going to see where the NBA goes from here. It's going to be interesting to see if what they're doing is able to sustain itself for this generation going into the next generation, or if it's going to fall through. Because this either will work out phenomenally for the NBA or